What's up, guys and gals? This is a new episode of Bulldog Uncensored. Today, I have a special friend of mine with me. We just met online a few weeks ago, and he's got a very interesting documentary coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad McDaniel. Chad, what's up?
Not much, man. Good to meet you, Josh.
Likewise, brother. I don't get to hang out with our people very much.
Yeah, our people. Yeah.
hmm
You're
Hey,
like me.
it's
I hang out
2024,
with more
man.
normies than anything.
Yeah, no shit. So, yeah, since we're just kind of getting to know each other a little bit more here, um, I was, I should say we both were born with osteogenesis imperfecta, brittle bone disease. Doesn't get a whole lot of media coverage these days, but there's, now the internet's growing and moving along. We're getting a lot more exposure out there, and we're building a community and I'm used to building a community in the rock and roll world. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's nice to now that I'm older, kind of get in touch with people that have been through the same kind of shit. So I guess we can kind of compare cripple notes here, buddy. Um, so tell me, yeah, like how did everything start for you? Were you diagnosed at birth?
I was actually diagnosed a little bit before I was born, about seven. My mom was about 7 months along.
Oh, no kidding.
And yeah, and just so happens a little hick town doctor that my mom had just happened to notice that my legs were curved,
Yeah,
and he diagnosed me with OI. And I was born June 25th, 1971,
you're a
in
day
a
after me, brother. No shit.
and just a small town, 7,000 people in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Uh, I had small town life. I've only had one surgery in my entire life, and that was a hernia surgery when I was 6 weeks old.
No
And
shit.
that's
So you
it.
don't have any rods or anything.
Nope, nope, nope,
Wow.
nope, nope. I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky in that regard. Uh, I grew up there till I was 19, moved away to college, didn't go back, didn't want to go back. And then after college, I kind of struggled to find a job. I really wanted to stay in the college town, but nobody pay you anything because they can
Right.
always get student workers, and
Yeah.
they're not going to pay you what you're worth.
Yeah.
And ended up spamming my resume, and got lucky. Uh, Took a job down here, like almost 13-hour drive away from my college town, and I've been here now over 28 years, and
No
I love it.
kidding.
I love it.
That's fantastic. I'm still stuck in the town of Mary's Little Lamb, Sterling, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yep.
okay.
I grew up here. I was born in '88. And
I remember that year.
yep.
I was
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah, had a boy. There you go. I would have rather been in high school at that point. But yeah, so when they didn't really find out I had anything wrong until my mother's water broke because I was breech.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And then I had 14 fractures in utero.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they broke my collarbone, taking me out. So
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I had
Oh,
a
so
rough start.
you were born natural then.
Well, no, they ended up doing the C-section because I would have been,
Yeah, yeah. They did that with my mom too.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
So
yeah,
they gave,
they sent me home in 1971. They sent me home on a pillow and told my mom, well, if he lives 6 weeks, great, whatever. I mean, they just didn't know back then.
yeah, they really didn't know much better, but by the time I came around either, I mean, they pretty
Nobody
much
blinked.
told my parents that, give him the best life you can for as long as he's around. And here I am, 36, and
Yeah.
doing shit that nobody ever expected me to do.
Oh, brother, yeah, I'm well beyond that.
I
No
hear you.
offense,
I
but
hear you.
yeah, I ended up going to college, got the job finally, landed a good job, landed a better job, and then got my master's degree, and I worked for over 27 years for defense contractors down here, and then I retired in February. I
All
stepped away
right.
from.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I just stepped away from it. It was just too stressful. I was 53 or well 52 at the time, and just the stress of the job was just too much. And
Yeah.
financially, I was able to work it, and kind of unfortunately, I had to fall back on disability.
Yeah.
But because I'd worked so long and I'd made so much money, my disability was a pretty good chunk of change. And
Yeah, I have the opposite problem. I don't have enough
oh
work history on the books to get
yeah,
this
yeah,
DI, so I'm
yeah.
I'm just playing the game, bro.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You
Yep.
really, you truthfully just got to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a game, and I got out. But what started about this movie thing, which was very much a trip. I play pool, and
Okay.
I'm a very animated pool player. And so this guy, I was at a pool tournament in Orlando, about an hour from my home, and a regional tournament, big tournament, and I won the tournament. And this guy saw me play, and he had seen me play for a couple of years, but he really didn't know me. He didn't know if I was any good. He kind of was like, "Oh, how cute this little guy in a wheelchair," you know. Oh, I
Yeah, the
guess he tries
novelty
to play
bullshit.
pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He tries to
Yeah.
play pool. When he saw me play, he's like, "Holy shit, this guy can play."
Yep.
And I won the tournament, and I won a trip to Vegas. And it just so happens we had a mutual friend, and he said, "Hey, would you be willing to make a documentary about your life?" And I was like, "Well, okay." He said, "Oh, it's just gonna be a 15, 20 minute thing, no big deal, and we're just gonna have fun with it." Well, come to find out, this guy was an award-winning producer for Dateline NBC, for CNN, and he
Wow.
knew people.
Right, right,
I'm
right.
not gonna play around. He
Yeah, yeah,
knows
yeah.
people. He's trying to get me on Howard Stern right now. And I'm like, yeah, that was my reaction.
No
Whoa,
shit.
no shit, and I'm not a Howard Stern fan. That was the first thing. I was
Right,
like,
right, right.
Stern's
Yeah.
got an ego bigger than me. I don't know if I can handle that. So, but I mean, so we started, we got to talking more and more, and this movie thing just grew, and it's now an hour and 20-minute production. We ended up going back home to Mississippi and filming with my parents, thankfully, because my stepdad was dying with cancer. He died a week after we filmed there,
God
and
bless
then
him.
my mom died like 2 months later, 3 months later rather. And it's just been a rough year. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie
guess
to you.
so, brother.
I
Damn.
lost, I quit my job. I lost my stepdad. I lost my mom. My mom, and my stepdad left me their entire estate in Mississippi, and it was 408 acres of land. I'm like, what am I going to do with that?
Well,
And
right. I
then,
have a similar situation.
yeah.
I grew up on a small vegetable farm up here in Mass,
Oh,
and
wow.
we're about 4.5 acres of the main farm, but family property is over 150.
Oh, nice, nice.
So
Yeah, my
I
grandpa
what
was
I did
farmer.
is when I got married, I moved across town. So I'm only 5 minutes away, but at least chances are it'll probably wind up going to my nephews at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But my parents are about, late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So they're not that old then.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
They'll be around a while,
Oh
hopefully.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My
But
mom was a smoker. She was a 50
okay.
year
Yeah, my wife
smoker.
is, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, and my stepdad was too. He dipped tobacco and smoked, and so it's like, okay, there's no surprises there. I'm surprised
No,
that
no.
they did. But
Right.
I sold the property to my brother, and it's working out well for him and his family.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, he's got a large family, a lot of kids. His wife is really nice, and just it's working out well. It's really working out well for them, and I'm happy to have done that. I really
Right. I
am.
mean, some things just fall into place like that.
Yeah, and that's the way this has been the last year. But it's just to me, it's like you couldn't have picked a more odd year to film my life. I mean,
Yeah, right.
it's
It
just so
hit to
much
the fan left
drama,
and
and I
right.
didn't even mean for it to be drama.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but I did go out to Vegas and played in that pool tournament, and I did horrible. I just played. I did. I tanked. I was like 2 and out, done. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man. and I think it was just everything on my mind,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I just lost my stepdad. I had all this pressure. The film was on my mind, I mean, just everything was on my mind. And the guy, I've seen a rough cut of the movie already, and
yeah.
it should be out. We're hoping the first part of next year, and it's good. It doesn't. It's not a pity party,
Hmm.
but he does touch on some things that I went through. I don't know about you and your education
Yeah.
or your childhood education, but I went through a lot of shit, for lack of a better word. Public
Yeah, I
education
mean,
was.
I'm sure we could swap stories. I got
Oh
stuck.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it just small town Mississippi. They put me
Yeah.
in a mentally handicapped class for the first 2 years I was
Dude,
there.
same here.
Really,
I
it
got stuck
sucks.
on the short bus, but I was the brightest one on the bus.
I rode that bus till high school, dude. I
Yeah,
mean,
same here.
you know,
It's
yeah,
amazing what they lump us in with.
I know, right? It's like, no,
It's
I
like
was here. I
my
was
body's
six.
retarded. I'm not.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, yeah. But I was 6 years old doing math. I have a second grade math book, reading. I have a third grade reading book. I was Sheldon before there was a Sheldon. Yeah,
Right, right,
I mean,
exactly.
but life goes on, and I persevere. Adapt and overcome. That's my
Yep.
saying. Adapt
Hell
and
yeah.
overcome.
Same thing here, man. Like
Yeah,
I live every day like a Viking, man. Just push
yeah,
through and
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's all we do is adapt and overcome. That's
yeah.
how it is. I should
When
have it tattooed on my forehead at this point.
Yeah, you're brave. I see your tats there. You're a lot braver than me. I'm, I'm 53 years old. I'm starting to have that itch, man. I want a tattoo now.
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
mom's gone. She can't yell at me about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Shit, I can remember, going through high school and telling my dad, "Oh, I want to get my ear pierced and tattoos and shit," and he was having a banana fit.
That
But
was the first thing
eventually,
I
he got
did.
used to it because it
Yeah,
covered
yeah,
up a lot of surgical scars that I had.
yeah. And
So that was kind of the mindset behind it.
yeah, that is the great thing about tats, I think.
Yeah.
I, talking about the ear piercing, that was the first thing I did when I went to college, was got my ear pierced. And my dad said, "You ever get your ear pierced, I'm kicking you out of the house."
Yeah.
So when I left, that's what I did. I
That's
went
what
and
you
got my ear
did.
pierced.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
went to
it's not so much
Walmart
in
of all
fashion
things.
nowadays, but
Yeah, I know, and yeah, but it was a big deal when we were kids. It was
oh yeah,
kind of a big
absolutely.
deal.
Definitely.
But
Now
you
everybody's
play.
got 9 bolts in their face and
Oh,
shit.
that's some of that. No. Mm-mm.
No.
No, that's not attractive. Sorry.
Nope.
And then you're gonna complain about how, I can't get a job.
I
Well,
didn't know whether to
duh.
make out with her or hitch her to the back of my truck. Yeah, luckily I didn't have to run into too much of that. But yeah, so tell me a little bit more about the defense contract stuff. I'm huge in supporting the military and whatnot, and I'm actually thinking about when I retire from music to go
Yeah.
into something like that.
Well, I started with a small contractor. I have a bachelor's of science in computer science.
Okay.
But I don't like the program. It's
Right,
kind of
right.
a weird thing. I'm more of a system administrator, computer diagnostic
Yeah.
type person when I first started out. And then I left a small contractor and went to a larger contractor. I worked for Northrop Grumman for over 24 years, and they're like the third biggest defense contractor in the U.S. And
Okay.
I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I made well over six digits with them, and
Nice.
I was coming along pretty well. When I did clock out finally. And it was hard to walk away from that much money. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna lie to you. I was making over $68 an hour, and
Holy
when you're
shit.
well, that's what I'm saying. When you're making that
Right.
kind of money,
Yeah.
oh,
A
you
lot of
have to.
things come second nature at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, you
Yeah.
just hit cruise control at that point,
Yeah.
and I mean, but my career went backwards. My contract came to an end last fall of 23, and they put me in a different position, and it just sucked. My
Yeah.
career went back 20 years, and I was in a help desk role, and I was on call, and
Ah,
my
shit.
boss,
Yeah.
my boss would bitch at me if my mouse on my screen went yellow. I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, okay. And this guy was barely a couple years older than me. He had
Yeah.
been at the company like 1 year longer than me, and he was a dick, he was just a dick. And I told him
Yeah.
finally, I was on a call with him like teams like this, and finally just one day I just said, fuck you. And I
Yeah.
hung up. And I was like, and 2 weeks later, I retired. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm done.
You
I'm
know,
done, done. You
I
know.
hear you, brother. I
So,
hear you.
so tell me about your guitar playing. What you guys play like heavy metal?
Yeah, I play a little bit of everything, but my full-time project is like a heavy thrash band.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I'll play anything from ZZ Top to uh shit, Clint Black, man. Like I'll play anything.
Oh, wow, wow. He
Yeah,
was
I
the
grew
most
up on a lot
boring.
of country music.
He is the most boring SOB ever live.
Yeah, I can imagine. He's not that entertaining.
I went to the concert of his in Tupelo, Mississippi. I'll never forget it. He came out on stage, he sits on a bar stool, he plays his music, and he never moved. I mean, literally never moved. I was
I
like,
mean, I can't move in my chair when I'm doing, but I still
but
move
but
more than
but
he does.
he was just after seeing Garth Brooks live in
Yeah.
1991,
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Yeah, what a major shift.
Oh, he was singing Billy Joel. He was singing Guns N' Roses. He was doing, I mean, he did a Bob Seger song. He was just all
Mm-hmm.
over the place. He was just,
Yeah, I love all that shit.
oh, it was just, but it was cool how versatile he was,
Right.
just doing all those different songs.
Yeah.
And so after that, it was like, and then go see Clint Black. It's like, all right, this is not,
Love
this
you,
ain't
Clint,
right.
but get off your ass.
Yeah, yeah. My first rock concert was Cheap Trick and Heart.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I
I'm a
never
big Heart
heard Cheap
fan.
Trick. I didn't know who Cheap Trick was.
Right.
And they opened, and I'm like, dang, they're better than Heart as far as musician wise.
Sometimes
They're,
that does happen.
yeah, yeah. And then, Nancy and Aunt come out singing, and it was just like, okay, this
Yeah.
is it. This is good. This is good. But
Yeah, definitely. No, I
yeah,
love Heart. Nancy's phenomenal.
yeah,
Did a
yeah.
track last year with Disturbed that was unreal.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Unreal stuff.
yeah,
Great shit.
yeah. Think I
But
might have that on vinyl.
yeah, so I started playing guitar when I was 10. It was given to me as a gift
Cool.
from a family friend after my grandfather retired from the police force. He was both sergeant and chief in town at one point.
But
So I grew up with a law enforcement background. My father was a cop. He's retired. Now he's a farmer full time.
cool.
Uh, so it was getting into rock and roll was a bit of a right turn.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's your rebellious stage
Yeah, I mean,
back in the
I
day.
started out fresh out of high school as a dispatcher, but I didn't stay on long because uh, the shift that I was originally hired for got taken.
Oh,
So
wow.
schedule wise, it just wasn't going to work for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can go back to that at any point in time if I want to, but like you said, it's a stressful job and you know
Yeah, that is. That
it's a
is.
lot.
Yeah, I know some Lance 911 dispatcher, and she's the
Yeah,
stories. Ooh.
yeah.
Emotional, to be honest with you. Very emotional stories.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. I mean,
emergency
I've heard it
situations.
all from having cops in the family, so I get it.
Yeah, oh yeah, kids,
Mm-hmm. Horrible
accidents
shit.
with them. Oh
Yeah.
man, oh, heart tugging at you, type stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping this year I can actually get my dad on the show and talk about some of that crazy shit
Yeah, I bet you got
some point.
stories.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, so I started when I was 10 and I'm sure you can relate, being stuck on a short bus and not really fitting in with anybody right early on. Music is what kind of got me from Josh, the guy in the wheelchair, to Josh, the guitar player.
Yeah, I started
And
playing pool at 11,
oh, there you
so
go. Okay.
that was kind of the same type of thing.
Right,
I
right,
got
right.
I got into my cousins were playing football and baseball and all these other sports, and me, I picked up a pool cue, and I was always a math whiz and geometry and physics and things like that. So the
Right.
game of pool just came naturally to me. I mean, and so I could, the guitar. Yeah, I get it. About that
Yeah.
age, that's a good age to
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, and it was just sheer happenstance, honestly. Like I had talked to like I said, a family friend that was in the cover band that was playing his retirement party.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, 2 weeks later they showed him my guitar or at my door with a flying V.
Oh,
And the
sweet.
rest is history, brother.
There you go. You're hooked. Yep.
Yeah, no, I've had a great career so far, and it's just now starting to get on a different level. So it's just one more rung to climb, and I'm loving it.
Good. Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm
then I get to
hoping.
do shit like this too.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great idea. People trying to talk me into doing things like, having my own podcast or having my own brand or doing anything. You know what? I just want to enjoy life.
No,
Right
and
now.
you've earned it, and then
Yeah,
some. I
that's
hear
it.
you.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'm 53.
yeah,
I'm comfortable financially. I really don't. I'm tired. Let me
yeah.
shoot pool, drink my beer, and I'm good to go. I love beer. I love
Hmm.
drinking beer. My wife and I both. I was like, okay. She also has a lie, but
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been married be 22 years this summer.
Oh shit, I'm
And
coming up on 8 years together and 3 years, man.
oh,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got me. I got lucky. I got myself a looker.
Eh, well, mine's a beautiful woman too.
Hell yeah.
She's a type. Well, we figure she's a type 4, but
Yeah.
she's in a chair also full time,
Hmm.
and I get around without the chair. I can scoot around on the floor.
Right, right.
I'm pretty nimble still.
Yeah.
And thankfully, that's why I didn't. That's part of why I didn't have the surgeries. At 6 years old, the doctor gave me the choice. He said, "Well, you can have rotting surgery or not." Or I said, well, if I have the surgery, am I going to be able to walk? Because that was that's your goal as a kid,
Right, right,
and
right.
everything with OI. And he's like, probably not. I said, well, then why would I want to do it? He said,
Yeah.
well, cosmetically, blah, blah. And my aunt was really, she's a nurse. She was really leaning on me to try and do it. And I'm like, no, I don't want the pain. I've been through enough broken bones, and I'm
Right,
like,
right.
oh no, undo. No, I'm glad I didn't. All these years now, looking back, I'm glad I made the choice I made. Because I think it's helped me to be more nimble in the long
Hmm.
run. For me, but it's not. It may not be for you. It's different.
Yeah. I
Different
mean,
people
I've
get
been
different
under the knife
strokes.
probably, I want to say at least a dozen times,
Wow.
whether it was
Wow.
rotting or re-rotting or what have you. But
Yeah.
thankfully, I had some of the best docs in the world at the time.
Good.
Um,
Good.
I had Bill Morgan for my forearms and whatnot, former Red Sox doctor up here in Boston.
Cool.
And
I won't hold that against you.
yeah, I know, right?
I'm a
Well,
Yankees fan. Sorry, but
you're from the South and you like the Yankees. How does that work?
I know, really.
Yeah,
I'm a,
what?
I pull for the Cubs in the NL and the Yankees in the AL.
I got you. I got you. Right on.
I was a Reggie Jackson fan.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
Roger
So yeah,
Clemens.
I was under the knife pretty much from the time I was 4 to about 13.
Oh wow, yeah,
So it was a rough start.
yeah, yeah.
There's
Well, my
nothing worse
wife,
than going to the hospital and being fine and waking up busted from head to toe.
yeah, yeah, that would suck. Yeah,
That
my,
fucking
my
sucks.
my wife, every time she broke her femur, she
Yeah.
would be in the hospital in traction for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, and me, I break something, they patch me up, they send me home. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
it's
how
just
it's
like,
like that up there now.
it's like, because I just can't imagine the trauma she went through with that, and
Yeah. I
it,
still get PTSD from like hospital smell or
she
like
does
rubbing
too.
alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, certain smells, certain things, and
Yeah.
and I get it. Me, I'm a little more resilient. I'm like I bounce back from it.
Yeah.
And then my wife had a stroke in 2019,
Oh,
right in
geez.
front of me, and I actually diagnosed her having the stroke.
Right.
We got her to the ER, and that was a long day. And so, thankfully, she survived it. She did get some paralysis,
No,
but
that
she ended up
sucks.
going from a manual chair to a power chair, which
Right.
was actually a blessing in the long run.
Yeah.
She and I
Manuals
both
really
now
weigh
have
you down.
yeah, yeah, and she and I both have power chairs now, and we can wheel around. And where we are is very, she calls it rural. I think it's actually in the city, but well, she's from LA, so everything is
Right.
new to
Right.
her. I mean, come on. But
Yeah.
we wheel around. We've got grocery stores, we got bars, we got restaurants, and all kinds of things to do down here in Florida. And I mean, to give you an idea, today the high temperature was 80.
That boy, that's what I'm talking about. It's been a little bit warmer up here today, but
Yeah, yeah.
not that warm. It's
Yeah.
like I think it
We'll have
might
to
have hit
get you down
50
here
at one
sometime.
point.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. I'm planning on hopefully getting out more down that way anyway. So yeah, so your wife you said was a type 4? Type 4 OI, your wife?
yeah.
Okay.
She's what I call normal size.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas I'm a type 3, so
Right.
but yeah, she's got two kids. And they both have OI.
Oh wow.
Very mild OI, both of them. So yeah, they're her daughter's 35 and her son's 24.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I stepped into an instant made family when we got married.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I came close to that years ago, but things worked out better in the long run.
That's
Fortunately,
the way you look at it. Yeah,
my
yeah.
my wife's fantastic. She is my PCA as well. Um, so there's some
Oh,
caveats to
okay.
that, but yeah, things are great, and she's helping me get my business off the ground, and we put it all in her name, so I wouldn't get anything messed with or any of that shit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Can't have it messing with your disability. Yeah,
no,
that was the one thing about her and I when we got married. She was on disability, and
yeah,
when we got married, poof, that immediately
yeah,
goes away. And so it's like, yeah, that's the price you have to pay, for that. But
yeah. I think
luckily, I was making enough money to really keep us both afloat.
right, right. You didn't have to worry about
So
it so much.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out my wife and I met each other in preschool,
Yep.
and we didn't really reconnect until adulthood. But
Oh
sure
wow.
enough, it all worked out. So
Well,
I've
that's
had my
cool.
fair share of crazy broads over the years, and some good ones. But it all works out. It wouldn't be rock and roll without it.
Yeah, I had got before I met my wife, I'd really gotten comfortable with the idea of being by myself the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I'd put a pool table in my living room. I was setting up the ultimate bachelor
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she and I had a mutual friend that talked us into start talking over the internet a little bit. And then we started talking over the phone, and then the OI conference come up in Orlando in 2002,
Oh,
and
okay.
she and I said, "Hey, let's just meet there." And we were talking pretty serious, but I said, "You know what? No pressure. Let's just you and I. If nothing else, we'll be great friends. Let's
Yeah,
just don't pressure each other."
no.
And dude, I tell you, I laid eyes on her, and it was just like, "Yep, that's the
Game over.
one." It was game over.
Yeah,
It's for both of us. We were
yeah.
both just clung to one another, and that was in June. I proposed to her in October, and then we got married the following July. So it
Okay.
was yeah, but it was a good time. That I moved her from L.A. to here, just because it was so much cheaper.
Yeah,
L.A., Los Angeles is just way expensive, you
yeah.
know, and I couldn't afford a cardboard box out there, and
No,
so
most people can't.
yeah, and so but she loved it here. It took her a little bit to get used to because we have two seasons here, hot and hotter,
Yep.
and you got to get used to it. And where I live is on the beach. It's closer to the beach, I should say.
Yeah.
And so you get a good breeze. It's not so humid,
Yeah.
but it's still warm. It's still warm. But she likes it here. Her daughter lives here now. My son lives here as well, and he's about to finish up college with a math degree of all things. Oh my gosh,
Wonder
this
where he
kid,
got that from.
not me.
Wow.
Dude, I struggled. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
did I struggle? I struggled so hard with calculus in college. I think when I finally finished my final college calculus class, I threw the book down on the ground. I poured kerosene on it and I lit it on
Put that
fire.
some bitch on fire. Yeah,
Hated
I
that
hear you,
class.
brother. I was I had a hard time with math back in the day, and I always used to tell my teacher, "Well, nothing in my life adds up, so why would I believe?"
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But eventually, things get better. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, math was never my strong suit by
yeah.
any means. So, what's next after this movie's unveiled? Are you thinking Netflix or?
Well, we're hoping, the producer and I both are kind of hoping for either Netflix or Amazon to buy it. He doesn't, iTunes is an option, Apple TV,
Right,
iTunes
right.
is an option, but he'd rather not do that. We're hoping just somebody to come out and write us a big fat check, and be done with it.
Yeah,
But we've got the guys behind the scenes, the cameraman and then another executive producer. They released a film on Amazon, and they still draw royalties for that.
nice. Yeah.
And they've got some background into it a little bit.
Hmm.
And but we're just kind of right now. He the like I said, the film is pretty much done. We've got a few little details we're cleaning up.
Yeah.
You have to get a lot of. I didn't realize this. You have to get anybody that's in the film has to sign a waiver. They have to sign a waiver saying they don't want any royalties or anything like that from the film.
Yeah.
And then we have to get that blessed off by a legal department.
Right.
And then once you do that, you get a publicist, and they will actually shop your film. They will bring it to Amazon. They'll bring it to Netflix. They'll bring it to these different people. And once we do that, once the film is out, we're gonna have a little local viewing here for people in my pool league, the APA that I
Okay.
play. It's called the APA, American Pool Players Association, here in my area, and let them see it because there's a lot of those people are in the film,
Yeah.
and because we shot a lot of pool footage, just me playing pool.
Yeah.
I play pretty decent, they tell me, and so we got a lot of footage of that, uh, and we're gonna let them all see it, get their opinions. We're gonna also take it to some small film festivals.
Nice.
Apparently, yeah, like Cannes, but not that big. But
Right. Right. Right.
small film festivals and things like that. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not looking to be a millionaire off this or anything like that. But I really want to get the message out there about myself that as somebody with a eye, you can overcome anything
Right.
if you're willing to go for it, if you're willing to put yourself out there, if you're willing to push yourself. Um, I, I'm I had a great mom. My mom just really there wasn't anything that my mother wouldn't let me try. As far as if I wanted to do it, she okay, go try and do it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've smoked pot. I've done everything. I mean,
Right.
I lived a full life. And drink way too much beer probably, but that's another
You and
that's
me
another
both,
story.
brother. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I
I
like
don't
good
drink like I
beer.
used to, but
Yeah,
goddamn.
yeah, yeah. I've cut way back myself, but I
Yeah.
like good beer.
Hmm.
Okay, beer, steak, I'm good to go.
Your brother, we are separated at birth in two different two generations here. Goddamn.
Yeah, partially dead cow and beer, as I call it. But
Yeah, that works for me.
yeah. So but yeah, I'm just really hoping to finally enjoy some retirement. Just
Right, right.
away
You've been
from the
busting your ass for years.
yeah, yeah, for years and years, and I'm finally just recently starting to feel like I'm retired.
Right.
And I quit work in February.
Yeah.
It's just between this film, dealing with my mom's estate,
Yeah, it's a
dealing with
lot.
just dealing with life, just boom, boom, everything coming at me,
Yeah.
and I play pool. I do play pool once a week, and I've got tournaments that I play on weekends sometimes, and
Yeah.
had a lot of those going on as well. And I've been doing pretty good with those, and so it's time to the holidays the holidays are gonna be tough, because my mom's
Yeah.
not around, and I'm gonna have to really, take a few deep breaths and,
Mhm.
and just barrel through it, so to speak. I've got my brother back in Mississippi. I'll talk with him a good bit and,
Yeah.
spend some time in communication with him and his family, and we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Oh yeah, I'm just starting to get to that age where, friends are dying and random shit and like that. So, and I had quite a bit of loss back, I'd say probably the last 10 years too, so I understand.
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of OI brothers that passed, that just, some of them just didn't even make it to 30. I mean, it was like, what the heck.
Yeah. Now, have any of
Sean.
your siblings have OI or were you a spontaneous?
No, I was the only child. I was
Okay.
the only child.
Okay.
My parents didn't have any more kids. The ones I refer to as my brother and sister is my stepbrother and stepsister.
Right on. Right
But
on.
but they've been in my life for since '89, be 35 years now.
Yeah.
So they're practically like mine. So
Yeah. I get
but
that.
I've dealt a lot with, like, I don't know if you remember Sean Stevenson passing away.
Yeah.
That was a tough one to take. I
Yeah.
mean,
That whole thing, I didn't get to speak with him very often. We did converse like one time, but yeah, I mean, what a shitty situation. Shit
what
luck.
I understood, he fell out of a chair,
Yeah,
his
it was.
wheelchair. He
Yeah, he
had
was
that
watching
fancy
his dog.
stand-up chair. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, was his
fell.
dog?
Yeah, they had just gotten a puppy,
Oh, wow.
and the pup ran off, and he grabbed hold of the leash out of
Oh, yeah.
instinct and just took a header, and that was it.
I took a header in '08 from a forklift. I
What the
had,
fuck were you doing on a forklift?
it's a funny story.
Well, have at it, brother. We get all the time in the world.
In 2008, I had just got a brand new wheelchair called a Big Bounder, and it
Okay.
did 12 and a half miles an hour. And it was a
Holy shit.
very fast chair,
Yeah.
as fastest chair I've ever owned. And I was bebopping along between buildings at work,
Yeah.
and the guy at work port, parked the forklift with the fork sticking out, and you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to
Oh,
park the forklift with the fork sticking in,
right.
and the forks were sticking out. It was next to a vehicle, and there was only about 12 inches of the fork sticking out, and I just didn't see it at all. And I clipped it with my front right tire, and I went airborne.
Oh, shit.
And I came down on the left side of my skull, really did a number on my skull and my left eye. And I remember very vividly, unfortunately. I opened my eyes. I'm looking back to the left there, and I'm seeing my wheelchair is about 4 feet that way.
Oh,
And
shit.
I'm on the cement, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
to myself, this is not good.
No, sir. Not at all.
I
Yeah.
sat up. One of the guys that I had passed on the sidewalk come running. He was a nice black guy. Came running, running, running. He said, "Oh, you're all right. You're all right." I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." He sat me.
Oh, I think we're having some technical difficulties here, folks. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Got you
Oh,
back.
get you back. Okay, good. So anyway, I opened my eyes and I see my wheelchair, and I sat up, and I blew nothing but blood out my nose, and it was just, oh crap. I ended up in
Yeah, yeah.
ICU for 24 hours.
So you
Uh,
have full skull fracture, or what was it?
yeah, oh yeah, I had what they call orbital
Orbital
fractures
bone?
around
Okay.
both eyes,
Right. Oh,
and I
shit.
blacked both eyes.
Yeah.
But my left eye was so swollen, it was just like almost coming out of my skull. It was just so
Yeah.
bad, and I wouldn't
Fuck.
let anybody take a picture of it. And
Oh,
this was
yeah.
back when 2008 camera phones were
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Everybody was doing it. I was
Hottest
like,
shit in the
no,
world.
no. I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Nope.
No, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it.
No.
Luckily, it all healed up and everything. But
Yeah.
I,
No,
I,
you
I
got
come
lucky
to
there.
find out I was getting sick, and they thought it was from the head injury, and it wasn't. I'm allergic to morphine. like really allergic to morphine.
Holy shit, that
Pro-
sucks.
I projectile vomit like you wouldn't believe. I mean,
Wow.
I threw up on my wife twice. I mean, it was ugly. It was just ugly. My poor wife.
Exorcist
Oh,
on wheels, are we?
yeah, yeah, really. It was like, oh man, yeah. So yeah, that was pretty horrific. Yeah,
Yeah.
the chair, the wheelchair. The funny thing about the wheelchair, it got one scratch. I went through all of that, and it got like one little scratch. I'm like, that chair lasted me over 16 years.
Yeah,
And
about 6 years ago, I had a similar situation. Thank God I didn't break anything in my face. I was playing a gig, and there was a nightclub that we were playing at, and they had a lowered floor, but it was all checkered, so you couldn't see the depth change, and it was like
oh
an
yeah.
8 foot, 8 inch drop.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
So
ooh.
I went straight down forward. How I didn't break any, I mean, I bruised up and sprained a whole bunch of shit. My toes
Yeah.
were black and blue, like, but how I managed the headrest is actually what fucking saved my life.
Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
I mean, only a select few people know about that, but that's a little
Yeah.
tidbit for you out
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Oh,
internet world.
I got in an accident in high school, a little bit of an accident.
Yeah.
My buddy, we let him drive around his Beretta on the weekends because there's nothing else to do in Mississippi but cruise the strip, as we called it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he stopped short one day in the Beretta, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I slid out of that seat and just
Oh,
smacked that dashboard with my chest.
oh.
And I had the word Beretta mirror
He
image
printed
on
on
my
you? Holy,
chest. I had it from my dad for 3 days until it went
holy
down.
fuck. And you didn't break nothing?
No, I bruised my
Oh,
sternum. I did bruise my sternum, but
yeah, I was gonna say.
it wasn't that bad. It hurt to
It
breathe a
hurt,
little bit, but
yeah.
I had it well. You know, it's one of those, you know.
Ew, shit, yeah, you get it.
But you know, he stopped short. He had a truck stop short in front of him, so he stopped short, and
Hmm.
you know, we're playing it cool, not wearing our seatbelts or anything.
Stupid shit you do as kids.
Stupid shit you do as a kid. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, fortunately, I was always pretty cautious about that kind of stuff. But
Good
I,
for
uh,
you.
I was in a car wreck my freshman year of high school. That was pretty bad.
Ooh,
Um, Long story short, we were leaving a doctor's appointment, ironically enough, in my town, and this woman had just had breast cancer removed and had a full chop done, and somehow she was behind the wheel and decided to go around traffic. And my poor mother, thank God she's okay, was ejected to out the driver's side window, and the dash caved in, and I clipped my legs and busted both of those, and then you can see my left arm still fucked up. That
yeah.
was at a 90-degree angle. I put the seatbelt in my teeth and straightened it myself.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's
oh,
some Rambo shit for you
oh,
folks.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, no, not me.
Yeah, if
I'm a
you're
wimp.
questioning how tough this boy is, don't ever
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah. I'm a wimp.
it.
You, you got my mad respect there, bro. I'm a wimp. Yeah. No, no, no,
Nah,
no.
yeah.
I got a, I got a bent pinky, and that's about it. You know, I mean,
Hey, shit,
this arm's pretty bent, but
yeah.
that's due to typing class.
Oh, okay, yeah, just
10th grade, I took the cast off. This bitch of a teacher. She was a principal's wife, and it's keyboarding, right? And we're not.
yeah,
It's not real. It's not even typing. It's a keyboarding class. For
right.
9 weeks, we learned the keyboard, and I broke my arm playing pool, and she gave me an incomplete because I couldn't type 16 words a minute by the end of the 9 weeks or whatever bullshit.
Yeah,
And I took the cast off probably too early because I wanted to complete the freaking class, you know.
yeah, I
So I'm
get it.
sitting there typing, typing. My arm's killing me. She made me stay after school and all this shit. So my arm ended up curving to a keyboard capability. And it was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I got the class finished, I still hate that woman. I mean, I'm like, she's just a bitch. Her husband was a
Yeah.
bastard. And I just didn't have a good time with high school. I hated it. It was, I was not popular with the girls. I just didn't. I was a geek. I finished third in my class. I had a 3.87
Nice.
GPA. I was just a geek. I just wasn't a social guy,
Yeah.
as far as, and until my senior year, and then I discovered alcohol. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had my
Geek.
first beer at 15, so that was the end.
Yeah. No, mine wasn't until 18.
Yeah.
I didn't start with beer. I started with rum.
Oh, shit.
But yeah,
Okay.
or Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill. Oh my
Oh,
God.
I'm a SoCo guy once in a while.
Oh man.
Not that much though.
No, no, I like we like our microbrew beers,
Yeah.
the fruit, the good tasting beer, you can
Right, right.
drink one, maybe two, and then okay, I'm done,
Yeah.
you're full by that point.
Occasionally I'll drink High Life just if it's hot out, but like,
Yeah, sure.
I'm more of a weed and a mead guy nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the other thing about retirement now. I occasionally borrow one of my wife's gummies. She
Oh
doesn't
yeah, I
really.
do the same thing. I went through a hell of a year with pain management
Yeah,
this past year, and being up here in Massachusetts, it's a little difficult. Uh,
yeah,
they've been starting to really put a tight grip on narcotics because of all the junkies and all that. So the rest
yeah.
of us are getting screwed.
Is it medical legal there or no?
It's legal here, even recreational now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
It's
but
just
yeah,
medical here,
right.
unfortunately. They should
Yeah.
have made it. We almost passed recreational, but
Hmm.
not quite. But I mean, you can go out to Vegas and get, whatever. It's kind of a
There's not much
joke
you
out
can get
there.
in Vegas.
I know, right? Things you probably don't want either.
Oh, that
So
too. Yeah.
yeah. So well, I usually go to Vegas once a year to shoot pool, and so I enjoy it out there. But yeah, my wife she does gummies. She can't do any like
Yeah, I can't smoke
smoke or
very often at
yeah,
all.
yeah. It aggravates her bronchioles too
Yeah,
much.
same thing. I had the same problem.
Yeah, the gummies, man, they're fantastic. I ain't gonna lie to you. They
Yep.
they work
I
and
take about 25 milligrams twice a day,
oh wow.
and
Wow. Yeah.
that takes care of it.
Yeah, yeah. I think she does like 10, maybe. I think.
I
I
was
can't
such a stereotypical like new stoner though. Like it took me a good 4 months to get my head to work right again.
Oh, that was me in college, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I smoked a lot of weed, dog. A lot of weed.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Then I finally got my first job, and that was the first thing they did. It was like, okay, you gotta piss in the cup, you gotta pass. I'm like, oh,
Mm.
I had to think, okay, how long's the last time I smoked?
Right, right.
I made it, but like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't touch it for a long, long time.
No,
And then
I get
when I retired in February, first thing my wife does, well, you can have some of my gummies now, and I'm like,
it.
you're right.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I don't have many aches and pains though. I really don't. I'm very, very, very fortunate. I mean, I have more anxiety than anything, and
Hmm.
that it helps a lot with that, brings
Oh,
me down.
absolutely.
But as far as pain, no, I don't have a lot. Uh, I do use a CPAP at night. I don't know if you do or not. Do you?
Yeah, I should, but I had a hard time with it.
Really? I've used one for over 15 years, and I swear by it.
The first
Uh,
6 months, I didn't get a wink of sleep.
really,
Yeah,
I love mine, man. I can put
yeah,
that thing on within 10 minutes. I'm out. I'm
yeah.
done. And I sleep so good. I wake up. I don't have that god awful headache. I don't have
Hmm.
that just the drag.
Well, I was able to get some weight off too. That helped a lot.
That's my big issue now. I need to lose about 15 pounds,
Yeah, I
and
got up to 103 at my biggest.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
about 115 right now,
Yeah.
so I need to get back down below 100. But
Yeah. I'm down to 96 now doing a carnivore.
good for you. Good for you. What are you doing, like keto, or are you doing
Mostly carnivore, so it's pretty
carnivore?
much keto, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Carnivore is
you
good.
know, the same thing. I'd rather
Yeah,
eat
yeah, yeah,
steak
yeah.
than a donut. That's for damn sure.
I know. I'm a sugaraholic, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like the poster midget for diabetes. I swear. Oh man, I love my cookies. You know, I love my candy. I
Yeah.
love, you know, my
Yeah. It was hard
soda.
to kick
Oh,
that. It was really
yeah, it
hard.
is. My soda habit's really hard to kick,
Yeah.
but I got to do it. I got to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I found that flavored water is probably your best bet.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
found the new flavored waters I like.
yeah, stick with that and just
Yeah,
eat one meal a day, good size
yeah.
steak. You'll be good.
Oh, mad. Yeah, yeah. I like eating that way too.
You eating
That's
any like deer or anything?
oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love
If I
venison.
could get my hands on it, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Trust me.
I'm pretty lucky. Both my uncles hunt, so I get spoiled.
Oh, you bastard. Yeah. I love deer sausage.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh. Or a good backstrap and steak, you know. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
man. Making my mouth water think about it.
Yeah.
My
Go
my
in the house
brother,
and eat a little bit.
yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. It's just
Yeah.
real good. It's healthy too. It's real
Yeah, it's
lean,
good
and,
for you. Yep.
yeah, it's the most lean meat you can get practically,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, my brother, at my mom's old place, they've killed 3 deer already this year,
Yeah.
and it's like, golly, man, I wish I could be up there and get some of that,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
yeah, I love the taste of it too.
Yeah, I think once the studio construction is done, I'm gonna get a new fire pit for out back at my folks' house and
There you go.
do a little deer cook-off for the band.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
Yes,
good.
sir.
Make you some chili. Make you some deer chili.
I love that stuff too.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
Me too, man.
good
Good
stuff.
stuff. Good stuff.
Right on. So, yeah, so you think within, you said the early part of the year, you
Yeah,
should have that released?
we're hoping to really have it out no later than February, March
Okay.
time frame.
Yeah.
We really, it's pretty much finalized. It's just getting, there's a few signatures we got to get. We got to finish up some minor pieces of like the credits
Yeah.
and a couple of blurbs of images. He got some really good interview with a doctor in Maryland that talks about OI some.
Okay.
Really good, really nice, not too campy,
Right, right.
feedback there. He's got some footage from the 1970s talking about education and equality issues. Because I had a lot of problems in public education. Like I said,
Yeah.
I was in that mentally handicapped class, and then they tried to tell me I couldn't use my electric wheelchair in school, and just that was bullshit, dude.
Ridiculous shit.
I learned at 6 years old that people will try to get something over you.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
always.
they try to, I like to joke. I'm the king of fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will speak up and I will,
Yep.
assert myself in situations.
Right.
And so, it's just I want the film it focuses on some of that, some of my pool playing, some about me, just in general.
Yeah.
To give other OIers, you get all these parents, and they're just like, they just have a kid with OI, and they get all, oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, what can he do in life? Oh,
Right.
I don't know, and I just want to smack the stupid out of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a person. You got to let him face adversity. You got to let him figure out how to overcome that adversity.
Right.
You can't, you're not going to live forever as a parent. You just not,
No,
and that's been something. Oh, sorry about that.
that's all right.
Yeah. That's something you've got to hopefully distill in your kids is how to cope with life without you. How are they going to do life without you as a parent?
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully they can do something, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think it was never a matter of whether or not I could do something. It was just a matter of finding out what the right fit was.
yeah, well, I to me it sounds like you got your shit together, man. You
Yeah,
really do. You
I got
do. When
lucky, man.
you got a lot of hands in different cookie jars that I don't even
Hmm.
have, you know, and uh, you play guitar, man. I'm jealous of shit of that. I can't hum a tune in a bucket, you know. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I was a radio DJ and I love that.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing this podcast stuff because I was
Yeah.
hoping to get into radio before it went all downhill.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's all online radio now, and
Yeah.
kind of yeah. But I collect music. Like I said, I'm really I have over 1,100 pieces of vinyl, and it's I have such a variety of music that would just you wouldn't believe it. I mean, from
Oh
big
yeah,
band all the
my
way up.
Spotify playlist is the most bipolar thing in the world.
Mine's spastic, dude. I'll go from
Yeah.
BB King to Ozzy to
Yep.
you know, here comes Eminem. You know, I mean just all over the place. Just
Yeah,
all
I
over
was
the
doing
place.
shuffle the other day and it went from Cannibal Corpse to Michael Jackson in 5 minutes.
That's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie
Right?
to
Like,
you.
what the fuck?
That's fucked up. Really is. Good, but you know, I'm that way. I'm just all over the place. But if it's got a beat, you know,
Oh yeah.
if I can enjoy it
Hmm.
and it take me to another place or help me mentally, you know, so be it. You know,
Yeah.
you got all these people these days. I don't know if you pay any attention to the country music scene a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, they get all hanging about you know Shabuzi and Jelly Roll
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all this. You know,
yeah.
and Post Malone and all that. I'm like, dude, just leave them alone.
Yeah.
It's good music. Just
Hmm.
screw you. You know, if you like your old stuff, great, fabulous, wonderful. Don't knock what's you know
No.
what's good. You
I
know,
mean,
I
there's
mean,
a lot of shit out there, but there's a lot
there's
of good stuff too.
there's a lot of crap. You know the Beyonce thing. I'm a little leaning
Eh,
about. You know, but the
Brenda Hardy
song
put
was
away went
catchy.
there.
You know, well the song was catchy. You got to
Mm,
admit, you know, the song
yeah,
was catchy. But no, she's
it
not a
wasn't a
country
country
singer.
song.
No, it wasn't exactly. It wasn't a country
Right.
song. You know, I don't know if you listen to oh, what's the guy? He's an independent artist, white guy from, he's originally from Canada. And him and his girlfriend, oh, it's going to drive me crazy. Sup's getting old, by the way.
Dude, I'm already there with your
You
memory
start
loss.
forgetting shit you thought you would never forget in your
Yep.
life.
No, I get
Uh,
it.
and anyway, this guy, really talented rapper, but he's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's even got some country-ish music and some, but he's more to me he's more Eminem type rap. You know, he's
Okay.
more that's more of his forte. He's very political, but
Yeah.
he's more middle finger political. He
Tom McDonald. That's who
that's
you're
the
talking.
man. That's him. Yep,
Fucking love
Tom
Tom.
McDonald.
Good shit.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Really good, really good. I was turned on him about 4 years ago, and I think I bought everything he's produced so far. You know, and I, I just think he just, you know, he's out there. He does his own thing.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got it
definitely one guy
going.
I'd love to collaborate with.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I bet he would. I bet he
Yeah.
would. You know, if I had a way I could reach into him, I'd do it for you. You know,
No,
I
I
mean.
hear you, brother.
But I mean, you just, you know, you got to do your own thing. You know,
Yeah.
we're unique, our
Hmm.
OI, and we're a unique people. You know, and so we got to play with that. You know, we got to
Right.
use it to our advantage. You know,
Yeah, and I think, like I said, now that I'm a little bit older and, when I was younger, it was more of living in spite of OI rather than because of it.
right, right,
And, now I'm older and more mature and realizing the connections actually matter on that
yeah,
end. Because I was pretty much a big fish in a small pond for a long time when it came to, be the token midget or whatever, um, in my area and whatnot. And the novelty, when I started my music career definitely helped. But now that I've pretty much played everywhere in New England, the novelty's worn off, so I gotta get the hell out of Dodge.
You either you got to find a new avenue, or you got to
Hmm.
change it up somehow, or
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll have an announcement within the next couple of days, but we got some big news regarding the band coming up. So
Cool, cool,
yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah,
hopefully this time next year I'll be down your way playing.
that'd be fun.
Hell
That'd be
yeah,
fun. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Well,
Definitely come
Chad, I
play.
appreciate the time. This is the beginning of a very good friendship, I can tell
Yeah.
already. And appreciate your time and keep me posted. And we'll definitely put a link on the website to get to your film when it's all
All
set.
right. I appreciate that, Josh, and great
Yes,
meeting
sir.
you, man. Like I said,
Likewise.
we're definitely brothers of a different generation. I definitely
Hmm.
think that, you know.
Well, you stay safe. Have a great holiday despite it all.
Yeah.
And we'll be in touch.
Yep. To stay warm.
Yes, sir.
All
All
right.
right, folks. We'll catch you next time.